Hello friends, welcome to Wonderville Studios, where it's Super Monster Monday, sponsored by my new book series from Scholastic, Super Monster Friends. We got some links below. Thought I'd take a little bit of time today to introduce you to one of our Monstas so you can get to know him a little bit. You see this guy right here? His name's Tazza. And I know he looks tough, and he certainly is super creative. In fact, his favorite thing to do is to sit down with his Monsta book and some super cheesy chili dogs and think up some bright ideas. He's the manager of Art and Art Supply Store in Dudelandia, but he's got a big secret. His big secret is, and don't tell anybody because he really doesn't want to know, this guy right here, scared to death of bubbles. I know it's crazy, but it is. Bubbles petrify him. So, anyway, this is Tazza. Tazza, this is everybody. Alright guys, there's only one thing left to do. Grab your markers, get some paper, have some fresh ideas. We're going to sit down together and we're going to create some Monstas. It's time to make some magic happen. Yay! Alright guys, so I came up with a couple rules for our little Monsta here that we can go with. Alright. So our Monsta today is going to have 2 eyes, a huge mouth, and he or she needs to have a friend. Seems pretty simple. So grab your paper and your markers and let's begin. So first off, what I like to do before I start anything is kind of maybe think of an idea in the back of my head and really kind of see what happens when I start. So one of the things I know I want to start with is I want to start with 2 big circles right here for eyes. Okay. Now that you have your 2 circles, and again, your eyes can be any shape you want. There are no rules to this. I'm going to start by drawing a little shape down here, and then a big curve up like this, and then another big, huge curve down. Really what that's doing is giving my guy a little bit of a mouth. And then I kind of draw a line down, and then give him a body, continue up the back of his head, and I'm going to stop right there. Alright, so as you can kind of start to see him come together, he's got a huge smile, and then I'm going to make sure he can see, so I'm going to give him some eyes. I'm going to have him looking down a little bit, alright, and I'll show you why in a second. You know, like all monsters that I like to draw, I like to give them these big, huge, goofy teeth. Not so much that they're mean, I just think it's kind of funny that the teeth are big and they look like they're all spread out. And then I draw some bottom teeth. And then he's got a tongue that's kind of wacky going out here like that. So now you have that part there. We're going to draw a little line right through here. And then what that is we're going to give our inside of the mouth of our monster, we're going to fill that in. And when we fill that in, that makes it look like the teeth are behind it. You can really start to see that there's a second side to this guy. There's a back side to him as well. Alright, now that we got that, let's give him some spiky hair. He could just have some weird little, couple weird hairs going like crazy like this. And let's make sure he has an arm here. Alright, and then I'm going to give him these teeny tiny little feet. Because he can't run too fast. He's not that scary. He can't run fast enough to catch it because he's got the little feet. And then a tail. And I'm going to put some like dinosaur spikes down the back of him. Okay, and you can make your spikes any way you want, or not spikes at all. You can give your guy polka dots if you want. All right. So see, now we have, let's see, 2 eyes. Okay, got that. A huge mouth. So I got 2 eyes, check. A huge mouth, that's definitely a huge mouth, check. And he or she needs a friend. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a line out like this, and I'm going to draw that. And then I'm going to draw another shape like this and a draw like this. So it's like his hand is holding out. But I'm going to have his friend sitting in his hand. That's why I have the open space like this. So I'm going to just draw a little shape like this and go up like this. And I'm going to go around and down. Okay. So I got that shape there. And I'm going to draw just a little bit like this. Like this, and now see it looks like the little buddy is sitting in the palm of his hand. Right, now that you have that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to a skinnier marker. The skinnier marker will allow me to get a little bit more details in there, and I can add little lines into his teeth and all that fun stuff like that. Okay. All right. So really use your imagination here, guys. You know, when I start doing stuff like this, I like to think of maybe like a story about what my monster might be doing. Like maybe this guy right here, this big monster, he's singing to this guy. Maybe he's like, I love my big teeth. I am the worst singer in the world. And that's cool, whatever. Don't judge me. So, got a good little guy here. So maybe he's like a little bunny friend of him. So he draws in the little thing here, give him some hands and some whiskers. And you know, he loves his friend, so he's gonna draw, we're gonna draw a couple little hearts around him. He's really excited to see his buddy there. All right. So now that we got that, guys, there's just a couple more details left to do. We're gonna add some eyebrows on our dinosaur monster slash fun guy that loves to sing to his little bunny friend. All right, and then give him a little bit of a background here and draw in some shapes, and then that shadow, right? So we know that he has a body and he's got light hitting him. So once we get that shadow down here, throw that in there. And then we always like to, I like to put the word fun in there, because you know what, making cartoon monsters is nothing but fun. It's really, that's what it's about, right? That's why we make stuff. That's why we're creative, and why we use our imagination is to have fun with it. So now that you got all that there, and let's say, you know, he loves his friend too, so he should have some hearts around him also. All right. And he's got this guy there. What I like to do is I get my gray markers out and I just add a little bit of shadows right around his teeth, just to give it a little bit of a shadow, and it helps make it pop a little bit. Okay, drop those in here, here, and drop those in there, guys. So there we have it, man. This is our little monster. I think that he and his little buddy turned out fine. So make sure you sign your artwork. You want to make sure you always sign it so they know who made it. All right. So as you can see, guys, our monster has 2 eyes. 1, 2, yes. A huge mouth, definitely, check. And he or she has a friend. Absolutely. So again, guys, your monster can look totally different than that, and that is fine. All we're doing today is we're just learning how to make something using our creativity, our imagination, and having fun. Because having fun, being creative, being unique, and being you is the most important thing. So, most important thing to remember, guys, is to be you, to be happy, to be the weird you want to see in the world, because there are plenty of normal people out there. The world's waiting for you and your magic you have in your head. So, next time I see you, keep drawing the monsters, keep having fun, and I will talk to you later. See ya! You see this guy right here? Oops.